going under it.
Good morning, you guys. I mentioned yesterday, I think it was, that we were on spring break while the kids are. I feel like in Utah it's really late. But anyways, it's been so nice in Utah until this week, and it's supposed to snow again. So I'm like, you know what? We're getting out of here. We're going to Arizona, so that's where we are now. It's so nice out. Side note, I just don't know, you guys. I thought I really liked my brown hair in the beginning, but now that I've been like editing videos with my hair, obviously, I just don't know if I like it. I like can't adjust. It's just a whole different like, so I like don't want to go back, but at the same time I'm like, maybe I want to go back. I love that we can hear the birds chirping. Hello? Oh, hi, new baby. Oh, the delivery man. Is mine the one with the red draw? That's right. Thank you. One of my favorite things about coming to Arizona, besides the warm weather and being able to like see family and stuff, is going swimming. Miss Ora's got her life jacket on.
Yep, she had to drown.
Back from the pool. We're having bagels for lunch. It's not really breakfast anymore. We're gonna try these little pickles. It's like capers, kind of. Need to change my clothes. This swim cover ain't gonna do it. Poop out. Had a little mishap. We're all good now. Love summertime and spring because I get to use this.
My book.
Do you want your book? I have it right here, baby. Okay, we're ready to go.
Go.
How do you close it? Okay, you guys, I really want to have fun and do this together. A little taste test.
Delicious. I like it. It's not Mexican kind.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, you guys. I am exhausted today. I mean, what's new? Me and Aura have a doctor's appointment to be to, and well, we have to leave in 10 minutes. So I'm trying to hurry. I'm using the Jones Road tinted What the foundation. I talked about this, I think it was last month. I've really enjoyed using this stuff. It's really light on the skin. It doesn't feel really heavy. Good morning. And it's really buildable, so it can kind of go with what you're doing that day. It's gonna be perfect for like the summer or the spring when we're like swimming a lot more. We're going to Mexico next month, and this is gonna be perfect. I love using, this is the only brand of like anything for my face that I can use a brush for. I don't know if it's the brush that's so good or the tinted moisturizer, but it just blends so well into the skin. Some days I like to wear it just to like even my complexion, and then obviously some days I like build it more for more of like a makeup look. Alright, you're ready, right? You have shoes on? Look at that. I feel like it just looks so much better than foundation. Plus, I feel like it gives me like a nice dewy look. A little bit of color to my lip. It snowed today, and I feel like it's gonna take me twice as long. Okay, voila. I think another really great thing is if you're in a rush like today, you can skip your moisturizer because it's super hydrating. If you guys are interested in checking out Jones Road Beauty, I will put the link down below, or you can scan this QR code and you can get a free mascara with any order over $85.
Subscribe to Mom's channel and like.
Yesterday we went to Build-A-Bear. We had so much fun, and then we saw they had this little puppy place across the street, but we couldn't go because we had to make it to dinner on time. So we're back. Look how cute. I saw them in the window yesterday. I didn't see them moving, so I was like, they're not real dogs, but look at they are. See, these you'd have to get both. You can't leave them alone.
Guys, look at. He wants to get out. We should buy him.
Oh.
This one looks like Ellie. This one for Shaw. Oh, look, it's a mini bulldog.
That is so cute.
The kids were really interested until we told them they're not getting one, and then they're like, okay, let's go. We are back home, as you can see by my background. I'm not feeling too hot, so I'm gonna try to film this in like kind of like a one take, so that way hopefully I can just edit it really quickly and get this up for you guys. But I felt like this vlog was really fast paced, and like I didn't really like, I don't know, like connect with you guys. Maybe that's just my weird, like what I got from editing. But I wanted to give you guys a house update, and then I was like, why don't I ask on Instagram if people want other updates because I couldn't really think if there was anything specific. I tend to forget a lot about things that I talk about on camera, like what I do and don't talk about. So I'm really bad at updating about things. So we did finally sell our house. Oh my gosh, you guys, such a relief. It's funny because I talked about in the video where I did the house tour, like how many problems were with the house, and people were like, why would you talk about this online? Like, this is gonna make people not want the house. And I'm sure people are familiar with how it works, but at the same time, I'm like, are you not sure how this works? Because all that stuff has to be disclosed anyways. In fact, there's like a professional inspector that comes in and will tell people in depth what's wrong with the house. So I wasn't giving away anything that, like, you know, people wouldn't find out. Plus, I would never want people to get into this situation of getting the house thinking it's all fine and dandy and then, you know, later learning it's not. So that is that update that I wanted to give you guys. This question is by Taylor. How are you honestly feeling? I know the winter depression is hitting all of us hard. This time of year is always hard for me, and same with a lot of people, just because it's like the end of the winter and it feels like winter's gone on forever, especially this year for whatever reason. Although I say that, but I feel like every year I feel that way. And it's been really difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get really depressed every single time it's winter. And I actually saw another question, so I'll just touch on it now. It definitely makes me want to move out of Utah, or at least out of northern Utah, like maybe move to like St. George or something. That's not ideal. I don't really love that area, but it is warmer, but you still have like the Utah vibes. So obviously it is difficult because I have a co-parent and I can't just like pick up and move and like take the kids wherever I want, nor would I want to. So basically until we both want to move somewhere at the same time in the same place, which is like very hard for all of that to come together at the same time, that won't be happening. So it's not something that like comes to mind too much, but I definitely think about maybe next year, because obviously we just bought this house, maybe next year buying a house in like a different state and like renting it out for the summer months, but going there like bi-weekly for the winter months, like when we don't have the kids or when the kids are on break, to a warmer place. Is it overwhelming to take care of 5 kids? It definitely has its moments. You know, there's that podcast from Call Her Daddy and that girl, what's her name? Chapel. I don't know. I don't really know her that well. I know she makes good music, but I don't know her as a person. But in like the podcast, she was saying how like everybody who has kids is so unhappy. And when I felt like that was like kind of talking shit about her friends. Like if I was her friends, I'd be like, okay, thanks a lot for saying that. But anyways, it's definitely not true. At least I don't feel that way, and nor do any of my friends feel that way who are moms. Like there is overwhelming moments and there is unhappy moments, just like with everything in life, but I love being a mom. And I would say the hardest thing about it is just doing what I do for a living and no longer really including them in that, but having them around, that can be very stressful and overwhelming. I have to take clips like, you know, multiple different times, and I really don't like doing that because it's just like not as genuine. And yeah, so the work side of it, rather I did this or not for a living, like working from home and having a lot of kids can be difficult. For the most part, no. I feel like I honestly don't even feel like I have 5 kids until I say like, oh my God, I have 5 kids. Like that's a lot. Would you move to Arizona? This is another moving question. I love Arizona, and I would definitely move there. It is so hot. But you guys know, if you watched back like a couple years ago when I had Aura, I lived in Palm Springs, Palm Desert area, and it's very similar heat to Arizona, and it was hard in the summer, but like you just go in the pool. So I definitely would move there, but I don't even think that that's like a possibility. So I don't even think about it. Do you regret your boobs now? Definitely not. Like I said in a recent vlog, like as I've gained weight, they're bigger than I like ever wanted them to be, per se, I guess. But I still love having bigger boobs, and I wouldn't like take them back. I mean, I feel like everybody who gets their boobs done goes through phases of like, I want them taken out, or I want them bigger or smaller. Like every person I know that has their boobs done has made a lot of changes, or at least talked about making changes. So I'm sure I'll maybe get to a point where I feel that way, but for now I still very much love my boobs. I love how the doctor made them, like I really wanted them to still have, I got a lift, but I still wanted like somewhat of a natural sag, if you will. And then obviously breastfeeding Millie helped with that. But I love my boobs. I wouldn't I don't regret them. What do you like about living in Utah? That's a good question. I feel like, no, but you're like right where I'm with. If I'm being completely honest, right now, my quick answer is not very much. I like the community to a sense because it's a very religious community. Overall, there's like not a lot of crime and like, you know, the kids are all really kind for the most part. And it's like a safe place to live. But also living in a very religious place when you're not religious can make you feel like secluded and it can be harder to make friends. I don't really feel like there's a lot of people. Utah is like its own country. Like I don't feel like there's a lot of people in this state like me, and like a lot of people that I talk to that are from out of state, not even just California, but from out of state that move here also feel the same way. So the weather is just terrible. Ask me in like 2 months when it's brighter outside. Tips for a couple going through a breakup. That is really tough. I'm the last person on planet Earth you should ask. But if I were to give advice, I would say don't be reactive. I had a really big problem with that. I was very angry and resentful at the end of my relationship and I didn't even really realize it, which made me do a lot of things that I'm not very proud of. And then I felt like, you know, all the things were about how I reacted, which was fair, but you know, it was hurtful because I was like, I feel like nothing was noticed about when things that I like that went wrong, you know, that I was angry or sad about. Even in fights, like say mean things really quickly or just be reactive. And I'm learning, I'm trying very hard to just not be reactive. Okay, I feel like the rest of these are kind of like just Q&A, like not really updates. And I want to save that for an upcoming video that I'm doing. So I hope that you guys liked this video and liked kind of like that it was fast-paced and then maybe a little more chatty for those of you who like that. But anyways, yeah, I hope you have a good night. I'm gonna go sleep now.